I think KFC seems to be the worst. If you eat KFC, you're more likely to throw your rubbish out the window. That was just a load of receipts. It's not unusual to find a stolen, burnt out car down here over the years, to be honest, because it's somewhere nice and quiet where they can dump them. It's also not unusual to see some beautiful deer running down here, which is absolutely fantastic if you're looking for deer. But if you're driving your car, you've got to watch out. There's more crap here. People are just scruffy, aren't they? Just empty cardboard boxes. Anyway, let's not keep going on about that. They have fly tipping teams now at our local council, and they look through rubbish and see if they can find your address, which has got to be a good thing, isn't it? Get ready. Rubbish alert. These fake contractors that come round and say, "Can we do your edge for you?" This is where it ends up when they're finished. The reason it's cheap is because they throw it here. And then somebody else has to clean it up on their behalf. And say if you leave anything in there, any litter in there with your name and address on, you're off the high jump. Either that or you've got to tell them who did it for you. If it was just somebody that knocked on the door, you're not going to know, are you? If you use legitimate people and pay the tipping fees, you've got no problem. Now, this is that road I was going to come down earlier, but I was going to come from the other way. But you can't because the bridge closed. They're doing some work. There's a railway bridge. I thought that was going to make a bit of a good video just there, but we'll do that another day. Just walk up the other way. There's a pheasant. And have a look at the fields, lovely and flat. See if I can make my zoom work. Look at that. It's not the best zoom on the camera. These Osmo pockets are really good because they're nice and light, really quite easy to use when you get used to the little screen and the zoom. Now that works. These big dikes that they've dug, that they clear out to make sure the water comes off the land. All ready for next year. It's just nice, it's better than pounding the concrete really, isn't it? I ain't really got used to shouting down this microphone either when people are watching, but it's one of them things I'll probably get used to. Surprising how easy I've got used to this camera as well. The other day it was driving me mad. It was at Mablethorpe, and I kept trying to do things. Like you're trying to zoom in and you put the camera up. You're trying to zoom out. Or you're trying to put the camera up and then you zoom out. Oh dear. It was nice, I enjoyed that. It was just a nice walk up to the see the seals at Donanook. So if you've not seen that video, it's there. It's in the list. I get some decent views on the shorts, but the videos aren't doing too well yet. But it just takes you a long while to actually get a YouTube channel going. I should now. I've got a couple. This is the third one I've done. The other two. If you're interested in just watching reviews of general things in life, if you want to head over to Mick Reviews Stuff, and if you're a partaker of an e-cigarette, why not have a look at the Late Night Vape Show? You never know, you might be interested. tell you what, I'm pleased I brought this coat. Hopefully it's not rustling too much through the microphone. But I think I've got the microphone level set. I said the other day on that other video, I think I've got the mic set right. But you could still hear me going, "Ooh!" But then again, obviously, I'm an old fat bald man, and you breathe heavy when you're walking. Right, the famous zoom out. Obviously that field's already been sown. I'm from a farming community anyway, so things like this really, I love stuff like this. Another little zoom in faux pas there, but you'll not see that because I've got an editing software on my computer. The good thing about this, there we go. Wait while the four-wheel drive goes past. Don't walk on the road till you make sure there's not another one coming, because you don't have electric cars nowadays. Yeah, the good thing about this is you can plug this straight into the back of your computer, bring the files up, and flick them straight into your editing software. And within a short space of time, you can then turn them into a video. And it actually puts them in order of the way you took them as well. So any little bits that you messed up, you just click them out, and then off you go. This is the bit where people normally say, and it's time to talk about the sponsor of our video, but I haven't got any, so. I haven't seen any deer yet. I used to come up this road nearly every day, well, school time, nearly every day for 5 years. Reason being, I used to do a school contract to the school up here. I used to pick a little guy up all the time he was at primary school and take him to school. It's beautiful out here today. People are going about struggling with the mental health and stuff like that, but go for a walk. Better than your four walls. Obviously, if you're suffering going out, that's probably not really the way forward, but get the blood pumping through your veins. I must admit, I've had no exercise for donkey's years, and I went home the other night and my legs were stiff as a go, so anyway. About 10 years ago, I lost about 4 stone. I used to go walking for miles. I've got a friend that sort of walks 20 times faster than anybody else, and I even got him to say, "Will you slow down a bit?" That's when I realised I'd won. View from the bridge. Don't worry, I'm not going to jump. That must be clean because there's some ducks up there. I don't think we'll get them in. A bit too far away. Let's try and zoom out. Professionalism. He says putting the gimbal down instead of up. And over to the right. No, you can't see him. It looks like we've got some fellow walkers up here. We might be able to have a walking chat. I bet they've got big boots on and walking sticks and stuff. And there's me clumping about in my trainers. It is a tarmac road though, to be fair. I've set my mission to walk to the end of this road and turn round and come back. It'll be the first time I've ever walked down this road. First time I've ever stepped on this road, I would imagine. And I say I travelled up here nearly every day for 5 years. So that's a win, isn't it, really? What I'm going to do with these, I'm probably going to cut them up into 10-minute segments just to keep it all interesting for you who wants to watch a bloke wandering about for half an hour at a time. Also, if you are watching this and you'd like me to say hello to you, put your name in the comments. And I will. I'll write you all down. Well, I'll write one of you down. It's probably only one of you. Probably be me that comments. The other day when I was using this, I didn't have the thing set right or anything, and you kept seeing bits of my chest. we seem to have got going now. So it's not just me going for a walk down a lane where nobody is. There's other people as well. Right. Record your outdoor world.
Split 1. Split pace. 20 minutes. 40 seconds per
Ooh.
kilometre.
The life according to Apple, I've been walking 36 minutes. That rate's a bit high. Hopefully that'll go down. You can tell what age I am now. I've actually got my own blood pressure machine. Although it has come down since I've been on this medication. And God, I feel a lot better. I didn't realise I felt rough. Just went for a medical and it was fairly well up. So I had to have a monitor on for a week. And decided I needed a bit of medication. So it's only a low dose. That took a bit of getting used to. Give you a bloody headache for a week. Anyway, it's into me now. So I'm feeling a lot better. Yourself, if you're going to stand at the side of the road to let cars come past, don't stand next to a puddle. Oh dear. I've just met some fellow walkers and they spoke back when I said hello. How's about that? Let's have a look at life according to Apple. Walking for 40 minutes. I don't think I'll be taking up jogging anytime soon anyway. Anyway, how are you doing in there? Are you enjoying it? If you have, there's a thumbs up there. If you want to hit that before you forget. I don't know if I mentioned it in my other video. In the last couple of weeks, just changed a few things that I've been doing for a long time. And I'm actually a stone lighter. Still got a bit to go, like. I'm a fair old lump, but I was 20 stone and 6 pound 3 weeks ago. Now I'm 19.6. So there's a bit of positivity for me, isn't it? A bit of positivity for your day. I'm not really a massive eater, but I was a bit very fond of a beverage, shall we say. I just stopped doing that. I stopped doing that when I got the medication because it made me feel rough, and didn't even do it on purpose. Byproduct of that, stone lighter, 3 weeks. So stick a bit of walking in, you never know, might lose a bit more. Obviously it's coming up to Christmas and I do like cake and mince pies. So we'll see what happens there. Generally we go on holiday in January and it'd be a good time to take this Osmo and go for a walk around Spain or something, but we're not doing it this year, so we'll have to put that off for a bit later. I think there's a pig unit up here I could smell. If you've lived in a rural area for long enough, you can smell a pig unit and a cow unit. They smell different, and I could assure you. And horses are the same; they just smell of ammonia. Let's have a look at the rushes. Sadly, we haven't seen any deer. One thing I do like to look at is always the thing. Let's get a bit further up. Always, you can see how peaty it is. Look how dark the soil is. Always the thing in years gone by. If anybody's watched Clarkson's farm, how straight the work that the tractors do. You know, the ploughing and the disking and stuff like that, and how straight they keep the lines. You have to excuse the zoom faux pas. There we go, look at that. Lovely straight line. that's gorgeous. They have a lot of pride in what they do. And so you should. If you're going to do something, you might as well do it well, innit? Another Zoom faux pas. Water off a duck's back. If you've been watching long enough, you know they're all faux pas. So, no standing outside factories arguing, check. No saying everywhere's terrible, check. No annoying anybody, check. Don't think we'll get many views on this. Seems to be the new way now, doesn't it? Go and annoy somebody, get them arguing, it gets really good views. I'm just going to, if it stays on 11 subscribers, I'm only going for a walk and filming it. It takes me 20 minutes to upload it to YouTube. That's all it ever does. That's all it ever does. It's more about me going for a walk and getting a bit fitter, to be honest. And not getting run over. Have a look. No. It's a lot quieter than that other road. That was like the bloody M1, wasn't it? The site, though, the end is in sight. It's not nigh, it's in sight. These are brilliant, these. If you're a YouTube creator, obviously I'm not sponsored by them, not with 11 subscribers anyway. It's a £600 camera. If you're thinking of, if you're a YouTube creator and you're thinking of something to film your content where you're walking somewhere, I used to use a phone in a gimbal, but I use the 14 Pro Max, so it's like walking around with a plank of wood in a gimbal. And if you're walking around a city centre nowadays, would you be confident walking around with an iPhone in a gimbal? I'm not sure I would. Not unless you're also carrying an Uzi 9mm. Trouble is with iPhones, 1800 quid if you get the top one. You're well worth stealing off, aren't you? Whereas this little thing, a lot of them are using it. I follow a guy, I do follow a guy and I've followed him for a long time. Cut, uncut. I follow Tim Dowd. Living with an MS in Tenerife. His wife's got multiple sclerosis. And he put me onto this. You can actually live stream from these as well if you connect it up through an app on your phone, if you want to. And he sort of put me onto this. And I bought the creators kit because you get the microphone, you get the extending battery. Because I've got hands like shovels. And the actual camera itself is really small. So I've got the extending battery. I've also put a request into Santa for another extending battery. So when you get walking around for hours, you need a really big memory card as well. And if you're going to do it in 4K HD, because obviously the files are big, and you need one of the fast ones, so they're not the cheapest in the world. I got a 514 gigabyte one, and I think it was 70 quid. But that does 9 hours of filming at 4K 60. So you get 9 hours on there, go and download it to your computer, turn it into videos, delete it from your files, and then your videos are up on YouTube anyway. So if you want to look at them, you can look at them there. And there's a farm popped up here since last time I come up here. I think the last time I came up here was being in the dark in the taxi, so there's actually a full farm here, I never noticed. We haven't seen any deer anyway. That's not popped up for recently. It's just been here, or I'd forgotten it was here. It's a big old place. I think the young kid who I used to take to school has now got children of his own. So it's a while ago, isn't it? Let's have a quick look if you want. So obviously I'm not going to tell anybody where I am. I don't want these farmers getting bothered. They work bloody hard. the government persecuting him. All his bales and his trailers and stuff. I don't know if you can see through that thing. I'm not going to go too near to it. I don't want to show you what he's got. Rural crime is a massive thing. These poor people, they're losing their four-wheel drives, the thing that they do to, thing that they used to do, the spread, tillage spreading, fertiliser spreading, little buggies and that. Pinch the GPS out the tractors, which is no bloody use to anybody else ever in the world. It costs thousands. They're trying their absolute hardest to make a living. Trying to put food on the table for a reasonable price. Then they've got the supermarkets to deal with who want to give them 10 pence for everything. The one thing that gets me is when you go in Morrison's and there's a thing saying, would you like to buy this milk for 25 pence more, and we promise we'll give it to the farmer. How can you get 4 pints of milk for £2? Poor old farmer's got bugger all. Just keeps trying to make it every year. This is gorgeous here. Let's have a look. I've got this gimbal on a little bit too slow really. I followed the advice of a guy on the internet and he said slow it right down, you'll get better shots, but I'm not a filmmaker, I'm just a vlogger. So there's no actual point. It just means that it takes 2 hours for it to go round. God, I've got this face track down to a T now. The other day I was like a rank amateur. Just going to walk up to this bridge and see what they're doing. There's one thing about this place, there's nowhere to get a cup of tea. Knock on the farmer's door, is there any chance of a brew, lad? Probably not. Let's get a photograph of this for a screenshot. For the thumbnail, should I say. He's very closed ahead. It's closed to the side as well. Let's just get a screenshot of this while we're here for the thumbnail. Make a good thumbnail, isn't it?